Because with action, that's the only way you can manifest a thought. So we're manifesting what we don't want because it all starts in our subconscious mind. We built that image, and basically we are living that image by acting on it. Like, it's like, we don't want this to happen, but it's happening. So our thinking, whatever we think, is a lie. It all comes down to like how you construct that thinking thought.
In the moment when something isn't happening that you want, like something's happening that you don't want to happen,
right?
How do you change that over to something that you do want to happen?
Okay, so basically what you do is you have to shrink down all those thoughts down to the, like, you know, like a paper shredder. You write that thought down on the paper, like whatever you have, and you shred it down, and then you basically replace it with what you want, but then you have to go through the same process of what you don't want process that you went through. Does that make sense?
And the experience of going through what you don't want.
Yes.
So the way that I see it, and from what you said and from just like thinking about what you said,
yeah,
is that a lot of times when things are happening where we don't want those things to happen, we're actually giving them power by letting them actually affect us in a certain way.
Yes.
In a quarter mile, continue onto Florida 400 West.
So when we're thinking about not wanting to let that guy honk at us or whatever, whenever we do that, we're giving them energy in the form of our thoughts, and then sooner or later in the form of our feelings. And if we don't want them to actually have a co-creative experience with them, what we have to do is we have to withdraw our energy from them,
yes,
which means withdraw our thoughts.
Take the exit on the left toward I-95 South.
And then withdraw the feelings that are being generated by that person.
Yes.
And then redirect it towards something else.
To something else.
Want to create.
Yes.
Most people's focus comes subconsciously because they haven't taken the time to really decide what they want out of their life. But if you know exactly what you want out of your life, you can consciously decide where you want to direct your focus. And if you can consciously direct your focus in the area that you want to go towards, you're going to start to change the way that you're feeling.
It's just like you have to get used to big numbers. Like if you feel uncomfortable with like $1 million because, oh my God, that's such a big... No, it's just a number. It's not a big number. It's just a number. So it's just what you want. Do you want $1 million? You want $10 million? You want 100 million? Like, what do you want? Like, you know, it's just like, it's a numbers game. Like, you know, like if you're happy with $1 million, you're happy with $1 million. That's it. Game over.
So you have to be comfortable with that $1 million.
You have to.
Most people aren't.
Exactly.
They'll think of that $1 million and they'll freak the fuck out because they're like, oh my God, it's $1 million. How the fuck am I gonna make it? I can't even make $100,000. Then $1 million is like way beyond it. You have to actually get really, really comfortable with making that $1 million. And the way that you get comfortable with it is you start to actually build it up slowly.
It becomes impossible for you to think. If you're making like $20,000 a year, it's really hard to think about $1 million because you're only making $20,000.
That's your reality. You've experienced over the course of X amount of years that you can only make $20,000 a year max.
Yes.
Then you have to go through that entire programming and reprogram it to believe that you can make $1 million, and a lot of times it's not that easy.
But let's ask the same guy that does make $20,000. Let's say if you do make $20,000 or $30,000 or $50,000, whatever amount that you make every year, if I ask you, can you make that next year? Chances are you will say yes, because you have already done it, right? So let's say if you make $1 million, and if I ask you, can you make $1 million? Chances are you answering yes, because you already have made $1 million, and you already know what it feels like to make $1 million, right? So basically, when you haven't made $1 million though, you have to create the perception, basically a fantasy of you already have made $1 million. And basically, if you don't know how to act and fantasize a character that has made $1 million, you have to look at other characters that have made $1 million and basically replicate how they act daily. And then you adapt into that energy. That's just how
You're gonna
love
the talk that I had today, dude, or tomorrow, dude.
Yeah?
You're gonna love it.
Dude, I can't wait.
I'm really excited for it.
Jay has a big event coming up. I'm coming out there to support Jay Stark, the Stark Nation, baby.
Stark Nation.
Boom. And it's gonna be exciting.
There's an actual energetic field, like you were saying earlier,
right,
around the body. And it's not really, the density of it comes in the physical body, but in the external body, in the energetic field, there's actual energy moving through. And what you probably were doing was you allowed the energy to circulate around you, and then you took all that energy and you condensed it, and then you directed it towards one specific objective or outcome.
Correct.
That's
how I operate my energy. So basically, yeah, no, it doesn't like sit here and the bubble doesn't get like to like an earth size.
Earth size is pretty big.
There's a book I think I was telling you about. It's called Power of Eight, and basically this lady, she was like a professor at the university, and she was into energy and thoughts and manifestations, and basically she got like about 500 people together, and she had them set the intention and had them visualize and give their energy to like, there was just like a crazy lake in Russia that had like a lot of bacteria inside the water, and then her idea was to see like if they could decrease the level of bacteria within that water from just 500 people who are opposite side of the Russia that were in the United States. So basically, she did this study for about like, I think it was about like 2 weeks or so, and Russian scientists that were there testing the waters, they found that she decreased the bacteria in that water like 4% or something. Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that they all like directed their energy to kill the bacteria in that water, and then that happened. I mean, it didn't kill all of it, but like it decreased a little bit. That was her goal, basically. Well, let's wrap this up.
Nah.